This is Gabi Klaf. Today I wanted to share with you something that was very exciting for me. I sat and played an entire bingo game with my daughter. And I've always been jealous of friends who have told me how much they enjoy sitting and playing board games with their children, and I've never been good at that. Actually, I'm pretty positive that I have ADHD, and it's been driving me crazy the last few years. It's making it really challenging for me to be productive and near impossible for me to sit with my kids for an extended period of time and do an activity because my mind starts bouncing all over the place and I get bored. And then what happens is I feel guilty that I'm not with my kid, so I make myself stay, and then I enter like a life or death moment. That I get really choked up, and I feel like I can't stay here because it's so hard for me to stay focused for this amount of time. And today I said, no, you will play in a bingo game with your daughter. You will work on overcoming an issue that is preventing you from fully enjoying your children. And I wanted to share with you this process that I'm going through to help you understand that you're not perfect and you're not meant to be perfect, and you have handicaps and things that are preventing you from being in your fullest joy and from fully enjoying your family. And our job is to find, well, what are those things that are blocking you from fully enjoying your family, and let's start moving them. I love things that are more active, like walking in nature, things like that. But sitting for a long time on like one focused activity is really hard for me. So I wanted to kind of tell you that I'm really proud of myself that I did that today. And I wanted to share with you a few of the things that I did that helped me stay focused and able to go through this process. So what I did, first of all, is I allowed myself to get up several times. I did get up and drink some water, and just getting up, the act of going, getting the water, finding my jar, bringing it, helped me stay focused. Just the ability to get up and take a break. Also, what I've been using lately to calm me is Play-Doh. Play-Doh has really helped me because it sort of keeps me busy. What happens is I get bored. I get bored waiting for my daughter to make the next move, or waiting for her to figure out where to put the little bingo number, and it makes me nervous. And then my mind wanders. So instead of being bored, and instead of the other thing that happens, which is overwhelm, I automatically start thinking, well, God, I'm, sitting here for an hour. I could be writing an article. I could be, finishing the last chapter to my ebook. I could be cleaning the kitchen. The overwhelm takes over as well. The Play-Doh helps calm me. I play with my Play-Doh, and it's sort of engaging my senses. Play-Doh has that awesome Play-Doh smell, and it really helps me be here and now. Another thing is I allowed myself to sort of play with different things that use my body that would help me be more engaged with my senses with the current experience. It's sort of a form of manually forcing myself into a kind of a body experience. So I played with my posture, something that I'm also working on sitting more upright and healthily. I practiced some breathing. I said, well, I've got stomach muscles. What if I kind of, put them in a little bit? What would that happen? What would that do? So I was sort of able to keep myself occupied by creating aversions that allowed me to stay seated and not get that life or death feeling that I had to get up and go do something. And then another thing that I did was I made it, I focused my attention fully on observing my daughter. And she's just beautiful, and she's got the cutest little nose and the cutest little lips, and her eyes are just so perfect, and her cheeks, and I said, I just want to see her. And I spent a lot of time watching her as if I was watching a movie on slow motion, maybe in sepia, So I sat there and looked at her facial expressions and listened to her words. And I was able to observe how precious she is, how she's trying to manipulate the numbers. She's turning them this way or that way to see if maybe if she turned the number, it would be more to her advantage. Just adorable things. And then another thing that I stopped myself from doing, something I forgot to tell you, when we first sat down, the first thing I did was, I said, hey, let's make it a Spanish lesson. It's got 1 to 90. This is the best Spanish lesson. And she got so mad at me. she grunted and she turned away from me and she said, you know, stop it, just say the numbers normally. And I thought, you know, here I am again trying to make something magical and productive out of just spending time with my daughter. So I wanted to share with you my thoughts and what I went through and tell you I'm really proud of myself, that I am allowing myself to not be perfect and that I'm helping myself overcome something that's challenging for me. And hopefully it would help you as well in maybe if you have a similar problem. And if not, if you hear this movie and think, wow, why don't you do this, Gabi, or why don't you do that? I would love it if you would email me, comment in the blog entry or on Facebook and let me know, or on YouTube and say, hey, try this or do that. I would love to hear about it and be inspired and share with others.